fun.
You're talking about the Halo suits?
Yeah, the Halo
suits.
suits. That whole sequence was so much fun. I almost completely forgave everything else in the movie for how dumb it was.
Standing in front of you, a Delta 6 accelerator suits.
What's it accelerate?
You. It'll make you run faster, jump higher, and hit harder than any of your enemies. Let's suit up. Head-to-toe hydraulics. And highly pressurized pneumatics. An advanced cybernetics heads-up display helmet, which feeds into the suit. You think it doesn't. Twin gas-propelled grappling spears and triple explosive heat-seeking fire and forget rockets. My personal favorite, a 10mm caseless Gatling submachine gun, capable of firing 50 rounds per second, fully self-contained firepower. Perfect for a couple of cowboys like you.
There are some really impressive scenes in this movie. I mean, like I say, there's always in a movie where it's this, laden with special effects, you're going to have some cool scenes. I mean, we saw one in the trailer where they just destroyed the Eiffel Tower and killed a lot of people, and nobody really cared.
Yeah. Wait. Where did you see people get killed? I just saw a bunch of. Okay. I saw just a bunch of little like ants just running, and they were running fast. I was like, wow.
I know.
People haul ass when the Eiffel Tower's coming down.
Well, man, as much as the Joes are the good guys, are supposed to protect the citizenry, they don't really give a shit about collateral damage and regular folk who get hurt in these battles.
No, they don't care about people. They just say, those suits, those cost millions of dollars. Don't mess those up. Those people out there, I don't give a shit. Don't trash their suits.
This thing is so silly. It's so preposterous. If you were to do it with the exact same script with marionettes, it would be Team America 2.
It totally
would.
No
one would notice.
Yeah, that's true.
They would go, oh my God, it is Team America 2.
And those marionettes would be so much better actors. Now, watching this, I mean, the movie is very violent. I mean, from the very beginning, they're stabbing people in the eye and in the chest and the ass. It's almost like they said, okay, remember the cartoon where whenever they blew up something and they came like they blew up a jet and we see people just at the last minute come out in a parachute, or how we used to make fun of the cartoon where they said, man, these guys can't hit shit. I mean, there's a hail of lasers and not hitting a damn thing. This movie seemed to say like, okay, we'll make up for that. We'll destroy every fucking thing we come across.
I got to tell you something that made me laugh is how, both sides have their secret bases, and clearly they're very easy to penetrate. Like, they have no security.
My God,
all it takes is, I mean, Cobra comes in with 3 drill machines and drills underground through the G.I. Joe base, and nobody notices until they're right there on
I think Corey's car has a better alarm system than the Joes do, It's like, wow, all that technology and you can't get an alarm to work.
Well, come on, man. After you spent all that money, you got to skimp on something.
That's true. That's true. Only so much money, and they're like, okay, you guys want a cappuccino machine, or should we get an ADT security system? Oh, dude, cappuccino. I can't function without cappuccino.
Next time, just get that double bubble, which they kept on that was like shameless advertising for double bubble throughout the entire movie. That weird, if you want to keep the G.I. Joe base safe, just fucking get some of that gum and stick it in the keyhole.
It gives a weird 2 seconds of Norton antivirus ad in there. Come on, really?
They're hacking on the computer and they try to throw everything out there. I mean,
that would explain the poor special effects. But, they couldn't gather that much money, I guess.
Yeah, no, this movie is ridiculous, and like I said, it is too long. I mean, it is way too long. It gets to a point where the movie don't even know what it's doing. It ain't saying nothing. And they still keep going.
Well, they wait till the very end for this big reveal. And like first off, they can't decide who the villain is. And then there's a big reveal at the end. And then they spent so much time on all the big fights and explosions that when you get to something important at the very end, they just wrap it up real quickly.
Instantly. Ding! I don't know anything about the G.I. Joe universe, right? Never watched it, never read it, none of that stuff. Never cared about it. But I knew 10 minutes into this film what the big reveal was at the end, just by what they had given away. It's wow.
No.
This is made for 3-year-olds with a short attention span. The smarter 3-year-olds are like, I can't believe you like this crap.
It's everyone who saw Transformers 2.
Yeah, I don't even think they were trying to hide it. I mean, I think they just said,
that was its blessing in that it knew exactly what it was.
Well, the cool thing is that each action scene set up the next action scene, I'm surprised you guys said it was too long because I thought it was just really quick. It flew by for me only because each scene ended with an explosion and started with an explosion. So I was like, all right, this is just fucking retarded nonsense. But you know what? For some reason, I'm having a fucking great time. I don't know if somebody fucking put something in my fucking drink when I was there or what, but I was like, wow, this is like really cool.
All the cleavage didn't hurt.
And, I'll tell you what, Scarlett, fucking wow. Yeah, that's, ooh. I can't wait for the unedited fucking DVD version. So I'm hoping there's more scenes with her on that treadmill for crying out loud.
One thing I do have to like I don't want to be that guy who goes like, it wasn't like that in the cartoon. But the thing that made the Baroness sexy was, other than like having like the big round nerdy glasses, was that she had that Eastern European accent.
Yeah,
and not having that, it was like, oh man.
Are you talking about Baroness? Yeah. Sienna Miller is the actress who plays the Baroness, and the chick is fine. I mean, and it's funny because when she had blonde hair,
she looked normal.
When she had blonde hair, she looked like somebody's mom. But when she dyed it black, you were like,
what do you mean when she put on that black wig? Because that was so obviously a wig.
Yeah, hey, look.
Hey, it worked. I don't care what it was. It worked.
You know what? If I was her husband and I saw this movie, I'd be like, all right, put the wig on before we do it. Please. I don't give a damn. Put it on. But no, Sienna Miller is, and everybody in this movie is terrible. The only one that was actually really good, what's his guy's name? Christopher Eccleston? Yeah. He's the one that's coming in. This shit is Shakespeare to him. I mean, he's acting his ass off, and meanwhile, everybody else he's like, I'm going to destroy the earth, and everybody's like, yo, Joe, it's like, hey,
he's
man,
goddamn Doctor Who. That is Shakespeare, motherfucker.
No, he took this shit seriously.
Well, it did seem like everybody on it, a lot of people on it, just like weren't taking it seriously, which, I don't know, makes me respect them, because they're like, hey, this is based on a goddamn toy. What am I supposed to do here? Bust my ass on this? Come on.
Exactly. It's not like it has a rich storied mythology.
Yeah.
And the characters are so bad. I mean, I know there's a point where you don't take it seriously, but it's almost like Damon, what's it, Marlon Wayans?
Marlon Wayans.
That brother, he was, forget Cobra, they put him in one of those accelerator suits, and he was destroying shit all his own just by being clumsy. I mean, Cobra don't need no high-tech weapons. All they need to do is take a Wayans brother, put him in a techno suit, and let his ass run rampant.
You know, my favorite part of G.I. Joe in the movie with Marlon Wayans is when he got arrested twice in the film.
I know.
And he was a good guy.
Twice.
And he was determined to have that white girl, boy.
Now, granted, there is some realism in this film, so people don't get too worried.
Corey Coleman is Ripcord.
I don't blame him. I mean, the moment they brought him in, Rachel Nichols is the girl that plays Scarlett.
Yeah.
And they're talking. They bring these guys in, and they're talking to them. They're like, "This is top secret stuff, guys. We welcome you to G.I. Joe. This unit is a very special unit. Where's that black dude at? Wait, he's over there behind that white girl. Hey, girl, what's your number?" It's like, he was behind that chick with his tongue hanging down to the floor. He's like, I'm gonna get this white ass right here.
I don't blame him.
You sitting there going like, that's what I would have done.
Hell yeah. You know what? I mean, she actually liked that brother too. It was one of those things where I'd get this movie like full price just for that. No,
that was the one part where I just didn't buy. I was like, no, there's no way. This is based off a cartoon, right?
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I mean, like I said, man, the movie, it's either you go with it or you don't. If you're looking for something a little serious, then you in the wrong place.
Watch Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
No, seriously, if you want a serious military drama and you look to G.I. Joe, you got bigger issues than we can solve.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't a black and white thing here. Everybody knows going into this is going to be dumb. The question is it watchably dumb? Yeah. And it depends on whether or not you go see the midnight show like we did, because I was so tired. I was like, fuck it, man. This is kind of fun in a really retarded sort of way. Well, so, I mean, I could go with it in this case, and I'm usually very hesitant to get along with this. I mean, I don't know if it's too soon to do the rating, but this is...
No, I was about to.
This is a rental. It's not some old bullshit. It's a rental. There's enough here to keep you going through the movie and not feel like you totally wasted your time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I saw Transformers and even Transformers 2, I left out of those two movies angry because they weren't just dumb, but they had really crass frat boy senses of humor that were obnoxious and invaded me. And this was like dumb, but it worked on its own terms. Even it worked fit within its own logic, and it just wasn't dumb in a way that offended me. It's like, hey, we know what this is. We all know what this is. It's almost like Kevin Summers. Was it Kevin Summers?
Well, you keep calling this dude Kevin Summers, man.
I don't know. Steven Summers. It's like he got a really dumb script and went, shit, I don't know what I'm going to do. He went off for a weekend and came back and said, you know what? I'm just going to make the best dumb movie I can. Mm-hmm. And the movie was fun. I give it a high rental. I mean, I was almost going to go I might say low matinee, but then that ending was just like, all right, y'all killed it. But I would still give it a high rental. It was fun.
Damn, I'll give it a rental only because this is something you rent with your friends, you get drunk and you just laugh at it. But like I said, I mean, it was just one action scene after another. I thought it was interesting enough as far as with the bright lights and the special effects to hold my interest. And half of the fun is watching the horrible acting.
But knowing is half the other fun.
Yeah, there you go. I was waiting for you to say that. No, but I had a good time with it, shockingly. And I'd give it a rental.
This is one of those things where sometimes I would say, you know what? You really have to see it on the big screen. But on the big screen, you get to see just how shitty some of those special effects are.
I was going to say.
I think it really is suited for the small screen just a little bit. I mean, a good 50-inch screen where you across the room, you know, that's good enough. Listen, just because this is G.I. Joe doesn't mean that the acting has to be this bad, and it doesn't mean that the dialogue has to be this bad. These kind of movies almost have a certain cockiness to them in knowing that they can get by for being dumb and be excused for it just because they're attached to a certain brand. And that's always hard for me to accept. However, I'd be lying if I said with what we have right now, with the product that we're being presented, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have some fun with it. So I'm going to go with you guys on this and give it a rental.
Across the board, that hardly ever happens with four
that's
of
true.
us. Mm-hmm. I was waiting. I was like, he's going to pull a matinee. He's totally going to pull a matinee.
Oh, no, I knew better than that because we all seem to like it better than him. But the funny thing is like we all saw, well, I was in a different theater than y'all seen it at the same time. So it wasn't like some kind of mass hypnosis or somebody put something in our drinks.
Well,
or even like we were playing off each other. I was seeing it by myself.
Unless it was encoded in the film.
Ooh, subliminals.
Exactly.
Well, I thought somebody put something
Cobra!
I thought somebody put something in my fucking drink because I was shocked that I was actually enjoying that fucking movie.
I woke up. I was like, man, I'm just asleep to this movie. And like, damn, I'm actually sitting here watching it.
So you know what? It's sometimes cool to be dumb watching these movies.
The idea of a lot of the tech in it was kind of inventive. Like, I love the way they had the like little hologram machines that could project themselves everywhere and what they did with that.
Yeah, except
It's
they
like,
were
that was
everywhere.
fun. It was fun, though. And there's a lot of stuff like that. You're like, okay, that was neat. If only it had looked even vaguely real, if you had bothered to spend some money on the CG, it would have been great. But as it is, all I can do is imagine what.
Man, they had so many holographic, devices in there. You think they sold them at the Apple store?
I know.
And you know something? The only way I would say to go watch this movie at the theater is like what you said. Go watch it at midnight, or watch it when you know people come in, they're tired or they're drunk.
You want a loud audience for this one. Because God knows you don't want to hear the dialogue.
Because, no, you don't. The dialogue in the audience was better than the dialogue in the movie. There's a part where I just cracked up laughing out loud because there's a scene in the film where one of the villains kills a guy out in the desert and walks off with his camel. And the dude behind me said, damn, man, that homeboy just got ganked for his camel. And I turned around and I was like, man, would you like to write the sequel to this movie?
This has only just begun.